Hi, my name is Micah. For my presentation, I was able to interview one of my coworkers who is Sikh. I had a very, very, very difficult time finding someone for this interview, but I had only been working at my hospital for 6 months, and that I had heard that she was a part of the Sikh faith. I extended my hand out to her. We don't even work on the same unit, but she did agree to it. I'm very lucky and very grateful for that. Um, she was also very busy. When we talked about how to do it, she said that she would prefer if it would be during or after or before at work, not really over FaceTime or anything. That kind of left us with only 15 to 30 minute windows during breaks due to her busy home life. She has a few kids and is working overtime. So I was very grateful for the time she gave me. The interview was it was kind of rushed, kind of short, but it was also very professional. Again, we've only known each other for a little bit, um, but I believe that I was able to get a fairly good, comprehensive view of her beliefs. So we went over her family history. We went over personal beliefs within what she values in the religion, and then we went over the practices of the Sikh religion. And then I'll kind of walk through um, the impression and how it went. So, starting off, the family history, I started asking her how long her family had been Sikh. She said the furthest back she know of is that her grandparents were Sikh in India, and then they later migrated to the U.S. Her parents were Sikh, and then now her. She doesn't really know how far it extends in India, but she imagines that the roots are fairly deep. The next question was, I asked, has or when did she choose to really be Sikh herself? Was there a point in her life where she chose it? She said she's been fairly devout and not, you would say, rebellious in her own words. Um, so there wasn't necessarily a specific point, but and that she's really just always felt strongly about it. I also asked her, and this was probably the most awkward part of the interview, even though it was very professional. It's something that I asked the previous interviewee also about my own religion. Have you ever considered joining another religion? I mean, she kind of laughed it off, but she said she sees a lot of, I mean, primarily Christianity in the States, and most of the coworkers and most of her friends outside of her um, religion are Christian, because that's really just a major group, and she respects them, but she respectfully declined that she really has not been interested in looking outside Sikhs. For the beliefs slash practices of the religion, one of the questions I asked her was, is there different denominations or sects in Sikhism compared to Christianity? And she said they actually do have different denominations, and each kind of emphasizes different parts of the guru's teachings, and they also emphasize one of the other beliefs or practices is they emphasize against the caste system, which is a common misrepresentation of their beliefs that they believe in that. One of the other practices I asked them about was their place of worship. They said they regularly attend something called a gurdwara. Um, and I kind of went further into that to follow it up, and I asked, is there a specific day of the week they go there? And there actually is not a specific day of the week as we do in Christianity. It's actually kind of open 24/7, and it's available kind of as needed by the community. Commonly, people do go on the weekends, but that's mainly because that's when everyone is free. On the last section, I asked about personal beliefs, something that she, specific to her within Sikhism. So I asked her, is there a value that she values the most that Sikhism teaches? And she actually said that, and this was, I believe it was the kind of the highlight, was she believed, or Sikhism, I should say, promotes a value called Sabat Dabala, and that shows compassion and really promoting good for people. And that's one of the beliefs that is emphasized for them and that she really took from it. And this was actually the inspiration that she took for becoming a nurse. So I would say overall, the best, or I would say the overall impression I had from this interview was very positive. It's unfortunate that it had to be so rushed, but I'm very grateful that she was willing to do it with me. Um, she's an amazing coworker, and I'm very happy that I was able to have this opportunity to interview her.